Hey, it's Whitney from EcoVeganGal.com and welcome back to the Healthy Organic Vegan on a Budget series in which I'm giving you 30 videos to help you eat well without spending a lot of money, all leading up to my upcoming ebook on the same topic. In this video, I'm going to give you some ideas for what to eat if you're a college student. I love this topic because I remember when I was in college, I was always looking for the healthiest, inexpensive meal and something that was going to keep me satisfied. And I would often find myself eating a lot of junk food, not feeling so good. I was concerned about my weight a lot, and it just felt very frustrating. And I actually went vegan in my junior year of college, and it really opened my eyes up to so many things. I got in the kitchen more. I felt more passionate about the food that I was eating, more control. I felt like I understood my body on a whole new level. It was really exciting for that. So whether you're a college student or you just know a college student that could use some help, I hope this video will be helpful. So the key is to figure out what your situation is first, right? Because everybody has a different living arrangement. If you're in a dorm, that doesn't mean that you can't make your own food, but you might need to try to get a little creative with it. Number one, if you have a kitchen anywhere nearby, as many dorms will provide, that's great, right? Even if it's just as simple as a refrigerator there, you can still do a lot with it. It's also wonderful if you have a little mini fridge in your room. I remember having one of those, and that was so great because I could save so much money by going to the store as opposed to just buying things in the cafeteria that didn't really taste that good anyways. I would also store my food underneath my bed, or I put it in the closet, special shelves. It's also really wonderful if you can have a blender of any sort, even if it's like a super small, inexpensive one. They've got like the NutriBullets and the Magic Bullets. Those can be under $100, and you can find them very inexpensively used online or passed down from somebody. And of course, you can always share them with your roommate. Maybe you can go in on it together, or someone down the hall. That is a really fantastic way if you want some different types of equipment. Another thing that would be great is some sort of slow cooker, like a crock pot, something really small that you can get. You can also get these secondhand. Once you have those things, those are kind of just the different staples depending on what type of dishes that you can make. Of course, you can have foods that are just already prepared that you can store in your fridge, or you can add water to, but those tend to be a little bit more expensive. So I want to focus in on the things that you can make yourself from scratch. So the most basic thing would be sandwiches with nut butters and jelly. Especially if you have a fridge, you can refrigerate these, but a lot of the ingredients don't need to be refrigerated. So your bread doesn't always need to be refrigerated if you're going to eat it fast. Nut butter doesn't necessarily. Maybe your jellies, they're probably gonna last a lot longer if they're in the fridge, but you can probably get by. You can also get little packets of each of them, like a single use. Those will definitely be more expensive, but you do what you have to do, right? You can also just bring your own bread and your own nut butters to the cafeteria, and if they have some of the extra things, like something that you don't have, like the jellies for example, you could just get it straight from there and make your own sandwich and save money as opposed to buying a whole meal there. Any type of sandwich can be made pretty easily, and you don't just have to use bread. You can use lettuce wraps. You could use any type of wrap, whether it's flour or corn or any sort of gluten-free alternative like brown rice, and just have some hummus in the little fridge. You can even get hummus that's pretty shelf stable, although it's not going to be quite as fresh. And of course, you can make your own hummus. You can get a can of chickpeas, organic chickpeas, or make your own and blend it together, and that will last for a few days. Spread that on to whatever wrap you want with some veggies in it, wrap it up. You can bring it along with you or have it in between classes. Super fast, inexpensive, and really satisfying. If you do have a blender, you can make smoothies, and you can keep almost all of these ingredients out in your room, under your bed, wherever it may be. These can be all the fresh fruits that you can peel and chop up and add them right into your blender. You can make your own juices directly from there and make your own nut milks, or buy a really inexpensive dairy-free milk. I used to love energy bars, food bars when I was in college, but those can add up so fast and can be full of all sorts of ingredients you don't want. So make your own. Again, you can do these in batches. It's especially helpful when you have a kitchen, but you could probably make make this happen sitting on top of your bed if that's the only room, or your desk, right? Compile all the ingredients together, and those can last in a fridge or even just out on a counter for at least a few days. And that way you can chop them up into different pieces and bring them along with you to your classes, and that will really sustain your energy without you having to feel dependent on other junk foods because you're really hungry all of a sudden. I used to love popcorn, but I would microwave it. These days I won't go near a microwave, so I would say to get some organic popcorn kernels, and if you have access to a stove, you can just make your own right in the stove, and that can actually last for a couple days, so you don't have to make it every single day. Nuts and seeds are really great. Nuts can definitely get a little pricey, but you can find great prices on them online and in certain stores, and having those around, they're shelf stable, so they don't have to be refrigerated, they don't need a ton of room, and you can just grab and go. You can make your own little trail mixes with them, and they're very, very, very filling and satisfying. Oatmeal can be such a phenomenal meal. All you need is a little bit of hot water, and you can use your kitchen. You can get it from the cafeteria or any cafe where they have hot water. Add it into your oats and have a nice little oatmeal. You can buy some spices and sprinkle it in and flavor it, and add in some fresh fruit or some dried fruit and make a really great breakfast or snack, or even dessert that way. Pasta is such a great staple because organic pasta can be super inexpensive, and you can buy fairly inexpensive organic marinara sauces, or even better, make your own if you have the opportunity. A bag of pasta and a jar of marinara sauce can go a long way, and I find it super satisfying. I used to get this from Trader Joe's when I was in college, and it's so wonderful if you have the kitchen, or again, you go to a friend's house, make a big batch. You could eat it all together in one sitting and split the costs, or you can make a few batches here and there and split it up. This really helps to have a fridge and some sort of kitchen set up. Legumes and grains are so wonderful for any meal, and they can be made really fast and keep for a long time in the refrigerator. But you don't necessarily need a refrigerator, because with legumes, you can get organic legumes like beans and lentils and chickpeas and all that in a can, or even a Tetra Pak, and those will last for a while, and those are only a few dollars. And then you can just open them up and dump them into a bowl along with some fresh produce, and you can make a quick little salad that way, or you can add them into wraps like I mentioned. Grains can be really wonderful, although the situation might be a little tricky depending on your access to a kitchen, fridge, a stove, and all of that. You can find them kind of pre-made in a package where they're already cooked. You open it up and you can pour them into various dishes, although they're not going to be that fresh. So it's ideal if you can make them ahead somewhere and store them in a fridge. Otherwise, I would say check on your college campus. You can go to a store, you can go to any sort of like salad bar at a grocery store or a cafe, even certain restaurants, and of course your cafeteria. So you could bring your legumes and your vegetables in a Tupperware and then just add in grains, and that can be a really inexpensive purchase to complete your meal. So get creative with what you can buy, with what you can make, and what you can find in the cafeteria. Now I want to hear from you. If you're currently in college or a recent college grad, or like me and just thinking back to the good old days, I want to know, what are your favorite college meals? And what are the things that you've been able to make and enjoy without a refrigerator, or access to a kitchen, or a ton of equipment? What are the type of things that you could keep under your bed or above your clothing in your closet or something? How did you get really creative? How did you work with things in the cafeteria or a super, super limited budget? I'd love to hear from you in the comments section below. If you found this video helpful and inspiring, give it a thumbs up. And if you have yet to subscribe to this channel, please do right here so you're the first to know when I have more content like this. And if you want to see all 30 videos in this Healthy Organic Vegan on a Budget series, click the link down below in the description field to sign up for the mailing list, and I'll send you all of them to your inbox every single day. Thank you so much for watching today. If you'd like to see more information about healthy, happy living, you can find that all at ecovegangal.com, and I will see you tomorrow for the next video. Bye. Today's video is all about low-calorie plant-based meals. This was based on a request that I got for this topic.